All right, guys, so we are going to take some notes on the properties of multiplication. So at the top of your journal, you need to pause this and get the properties of multiplication written. There's actually 4 properties, but we're only going to talk about 3. All right, so our first property, and you're going to make 3 little columns, like I underlined and then I drew lines down and made 3 little columns. So you need 3 columns across your page. And the first property is the commutative property of multiplication. It says that you can multiply the factors. So in the example below, the factors are the 5 and the 4. So you can multiply the factors in any order and get the same product or answer. Your product is your answer. So you can do 5 times 4 equals 20, or you can switch them around and get 4 times 5 equals 20. Either way works. So pause the video and get that written in your journal because you're going to need it later. I'm going to ask you questions about these. All right, so your second property is the associative property, associative. Now, this property says that you can group the factors in different ways and get the same product. So if you're multiplying more than 2 factors, like 3, 4, and 2, you could either multiply 3 times 4, get 12, then multiply that by 2 and get 24, or you can multiply 4 times 2 first and get 8, then multiply it by 3 and get 24. It doesn't matter which 2 you multiply first. You're going to get the same answer or product. All right, and today I want to make sure and see who is watching this video. So I'm going to put a keyword in the video for you to type as one of your answers today. And let's see, our little key password for today is going to be watermelon. All right, so when I ask you to type the keyword, you're going to type watermelon. All right, get these notes in your journal because I don't think some people are watching these. All right, so get these in your journal, pause your video if you have to, and then let's check out our third one. The third one's my favorite. All right, so the third property of multiplication is the distributive property. It says a multiplication fact can be broken into the sum of 2 multiplication facts. And we talked about this at the very beginning of the year on how to figure out a multiplication fact if you don't know it. And this is one of my favorites. So let's say you don't know what 7 times 4 is. All right. Well, you can break up that 7 into a 5 and a 2 because 5 plus 2 equals 7. And I know what 5 times 4 is. That's 20. And I know what 2 times 4 is. That's 8. And then I can add those together and say, oh, 7 times 4 is 28. So it's a way just to make the numbers work for you, make them easier to understand, because maybe there's a fact that you just can't memorize. And I understand, okay? But we can have strategies to help us, and this is one of them. So get these notes written, and then I have a couple of problems where you're going to show me the commutative, the associative, and the distributive properties on the next page. And type your keyword